you know, in the early 90s as well, there was no such thing as rehabilitation programs. What was it based upon? You do your time and you come out. And it's not only that as well. When we was in Feltham in those times, those early stages, like 95, 96, it was like a baby fight club. Even the officers would encourage you as well, that this is how you resolve situations. This is how you resolve problems, is by physical altercation. So obviously, so as soon as you're back out into society and somebody tells you something that you don't like, then how do you think I'm going to respond? I'm going to respond in the way that I've actually been taught.
True.
And so that's what was actually happening. So, and the thing was, is what was so crazy, because I would, like, they were saying, what's the matter with you? Like, they done the system. I thought that they really cared. Like, it's like, yeah, they're cool. The officer's cool. He'll make me fight down the gym. So you're going down the gym, and we don't even know at that young age that there's conditioning your mind to become like in a animalistic way. And then, you know, from being an animalistic way, then you suffer with what I call negativity, which is the self-destructive, style of actions and thoughts. That's what negativity is. And so that's and this is how you start. But it was like I'm in the gym, and you're constantly fighting, and then the officers are praising you. Oh yeah, you're kind of good with your fist, and you're young. Did
you feel like they was only, sorry to interject, did you feel like they was only doing that with the black boys?
It's not always a race.
But he said negativity. That's why I'm asking you, because it's an animalistic, the system, when you're in prison, there's other. I'm just asking something.
100%.
Because you said negativity, it kind of triggered me a little bit, because it's not just black people that act like that as well.
No, definitely.
They've done it to white people. It's like a class of people as well. But
100%.
Why did you call it that word?
I said it, look, we say things that we understand and from what we're coming from. And what I saw around me, especially in those times, were people that just looked like me. Came from my communities and represented what I represented. And they happen to have the same pigmentation as me. So that's what I called it. It's that kind of whole mentality, the whole mindset. And it was actually quite, it's sad looking back as well, because I've done some reading and some research as well. And if you really think about it as well, what does it all stem back from? And you would know this as well, the Willie Lynch syndrome. So, he turns the house Negroes against
each other,
the field Negroes, the light-skinned Negro against the dark-skinned Negro.
Only one can make it and stuff.
That's right. And what did he say? What was his philosophy for doing all this as well? What did he actually say as well? He says, keep their bodies strong, but their minds weak. And that's what you're actually seeing. Because let's be honest, we're physical specimens. I know enough man out there that is really good at their fists. Even you had interviews as well. This man is running this, and as what you said, could be CEOs and so forth. But why? It's been, as what you said as well, it's been conditioned into us, and especially to hate our own. You see this sometimes, you like tensed up. You see a group of black and you tense up. Where's my man from? We'll see. Let's pre him. Let's look at him. Let's observe him. Let's see what he's gonna do. But you're not doing it when you see a group of white guys, and they're doing exactly the same. I've seen this. I've seen their type of behavior. They're no different. But it's because our minds have been conditioned in this sense.
So what did you do in that first sentence? How did you just fight?
Yeah. So again, it's kind of like the story of my life. It's embarrassing now. It's kind of cringeworthy, because I tell you the reasons why.
Well, it's lucky you can fight. Do you know what I mean? Doing all of that time behind the door, mate.
It's like some individuals were actually conversing about me, and not one said anything kind of positive. It was all negative. It was all about, yeah, remember when you done this, or remember when you done that, remember. And I'm thinking, what is this? How I'm going to leave the earth? Is that people only know you for negative things? And what does Islam teach us as well? It says the strong man is not the man that overcomes the people with his strength, but the strong man is the man that can control his anger at times of difficulty. And so
I'm weak. No, I'm joking.
So it was one of those it was just one of those kind of situations that I just felt that I just needed to.
How did it feel coming out?
So what, from my first sentence?
Yeah, how did it feel coming out? Because obviously from 13 to 18, did you go back to your family?
Yeah,
Because you're old enough now, innit?
It was weird. And I'll tell you one of the weirdest, there was a few things that happened. So when I first came out for my first sentence, one of the things was that I'm not a child no more. Now they're telling me that I have to go by myself, and I was used to my mom coming with me. So it felt like...
That's what I'm saying. That's a mad... From 13 to 18. It's a weird one still. You get what I'm saying? Because I went from 16 to 18, but 16 you've already kind of... You know what's going on. 13 to 18 is a bit...
So it was weird. It was like, you're kind of by yourself. But then I had another problem as well. And my father thinks that that's what triggered me back to more criminality. Was that... So I forgot to inform you as well that... So when I was in Stamford House, I absconded. I was about 15.
Oh.
And then I was accused of robbing a lot of... Do you remember there was a trend that was actually happening, which was what they used to call shabby in the abbey. They used to fly over the counters and take the money and so forth. Now I've got conviction for one of them, but they believe that I've done a string of them.
Okay.
So what actually happened was, now prior coming out, I was finding it hard to get a bank account. They proper blacklist me.
Yeah, of course.
So I was getting increasingly frustrated as well. I was just thinking like, what's going on? My father's like, son, calm down. I'm thinking, what does he know, man? He's just, saying, son, everything will work out. And I'm not hearing that right now. I'm trying to, but... And to be fair, I've had a lot of missed opportunities as well. I'm not just going to say that there's all doom and gloom as well, because obviously, because I was always fighting as well, a prison officer actually is the one that actually got me into boxing. So he said that I believe that you should join a boxing club. So I joined a boxing club. That's from my first sentence. Okay. And I was quite successful in my amateur boxing. So, I traveled to Channel Islands. I went out there, So
you done this when you came out?
London, yeah. So I was doing very, very well. I was 18. I was cocky. I was flashy. It's, it's one of those. But so what actually happens? The whole...
What weight?
I was light middleweight.
Okay.
So I was just boxing 69 kilograms. So...
Record. What's your amateur record?
Oh, I've got a lot, man. I've got a lot. A lot. Like, I've had a lot of bouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've lost some as well.
Yeah,
I can tell you some. So everybody doesn't like to. Everybody doesn't like to. Everybody doesn't like to.
Talk about my L's still.
Everybody doesn't like to talk about their losses and so forth. And I learned a big lesson as well. It's funny.
You have to have a couple L's to make $1 million.
It's funny that you mention that as well, because I always tell people as well that it's always good to stay humble. And sometimes I used to get carried away. So, I used to show off a lot and so forth. So I'll never forget this. So what happened was, when I got released, I was told that I had to go to Adults Return to Study, which was at Westminster College. And so I sparked up a lot of friendship. People knew me from before and so forth. And there were these young women. They were doing, I think they were doing like some type of filming from their college.
Okay.
And they went to film somebody. And because everybody was talking about me and my boxing doing very well, I used to show off, like Oxley and so forth. They would see that, like, when they were all small as well, I'm there with the skipping rope, skipping. And, I just thought that, I've been in prison. I thought tough guys, like, no one in my weight category is going to hurt me.
Like, R.I.P. Sharon, man. Romy came out and tried to... He had a couple bouts still.
And of course, I know Sharon.
Yeah.
So please, and for his family as well. No, he was an exceptional individual, and I loved him, and I can tell you stories about him as well.
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful about especially the kind of like the unity as well with Sharon as well. We just quickly, let's skip. So what actually happened was, an incident happened with me and an officer, and this officer was he was badly injured. So when I went to the SEG, their methods in those times were as well that touch one of us, we touch one of you. I totally understand that. They didn't even wait until the governor went. They all laid into me. I understand that. You take the rough with the smooth. Now, what was this is why I love the brother as well. What was remarkable, they must have heard, like the other guys were saying, no, that's a liberty. It's like, and I said, well, you couldn't even allow me to be on my feet and you know, all this. But look, I totally understand. What happened next? They're saying, oh, there's an incident. We need to, Oscar, we need help. I'm thinking, right, what's going on? Little did I know that Jerome and all the brothers all came out of Juma service in there and they were going towards the SEG. So that's the caliber of the individual.
Yeah, come on. Like I've said on the show before.
I have respect for him. I'm not disrespecting somebody because of badness, but I'm talking about like one civil duty as well, because you have a duty of care as well. And if you're abusing that duty of care, he was a person that was observing as well that, wait there, this man is actually being abused now. Fair enough, you done what you done. And so let's go back.
Yeah, it's in one of my allegedly still. It's mad because that's how me and him linked in Chelmsford. I must have knocked out a screw as well. And then they was doing what they were doing and he didn't like it. And he activated, you get me, sent us both down block. Love that brother there, you get me?
No, of course, definitely.
So, yeah, boom.
So yeah.
Easy, my brother.
No.
But so you're doing your little boxing thing. Doing your little boxing thing.
Yeah, so they wanted to film me. So they wanted to do like a little miniature documentary. So this way, so my wife's laughing. So I'll be jogging, I'll be telling them, I said that, yeah, look, you can even look like I've got no marks. Like, I'm good. Like, I'll be showing off, skipping, boxing. My coaches were getting angry with me. They're saying that, listen, you're taking this game as a joke. You're going to learn the hard way. Like, yeah, whatever. So, you know, everyone's coming around, they're all hyping. And so anyway, I was boxing against a guy from, I think it was Fitzroy Lodge. And I was boxing at Park Lane, Hilton Park Lane. So everyone was asking me, I saw some officials, they're saying, do you feel good? They used to call me Pato as well. Pato, do you feel good? I said, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm going to win. You know, I'm going to destroy him and so forth. But then, you know, the day before partying, I'm just not taking it seriously. So anyway, it comes time. So I'm in the ring. And you know when something just doesn't feel right? I don't know what it was. Like, I just didn't feel myself, like, it's not coming together. So anyway, they ding the bell, like, first round. I'm moving. And the next thing, I'm looking at the chandeliers. Like, and then, do you know this, the mad sound like, I can't hear nobody. Yeah. I'm like, these times they're the boxer, Bradley Ski and all of them, they were young then. And it's like, I'm looking and like, people like,
he knocked you out.
Like, yeah, I'm just looking up the chandeliers, like, and then I'm getting up. And then the referee is telling me to come forward, but I can't hear him.
The referee's like, you don't like.
So I'm walking back. Like, you know, like the sound, I can't hear nothing. And then after that, it was embarrassing. Like, you know, like one of those.
That's why I'm not on that. That's why I think Jerome stopped. R.I.P. my brother. But the last one he had was a bit touch and go. You get me?